Taking a deep breath, it is so easy for most of us, but it has not been easy for a Luxemburg man paralyzed because of a roofing incident 12 years ago.
His injuries, much like what the late Superman actor Christopher Reeve suffered from, left Dale Jokey dependent on a machine to breathe. Tonight we explain how a medical procedure relatively new to the U.S. has changed his life. Dale Jokey loves the outdoors. Years ago, he was quite active, cutting firewood and playing with his family. But at age 52, while working as a roofing contractor, Dale's ladder tipped over, changing his life forever.
All I know is that I fell down.
Injuries to his spinal cord left Dale paralyzed from the neck down and unable to breathe on his own.
I had just living like that.
Sandy, his wife of 44 years, also had to adjust. She says the noise was the hardest part.
Having that constant noise in the room makes it hard for Dale to hear. It makes him hard for him to communicate with other people.
About a year ago, Sandy found a possible solution, one she felt would improve Dale's quality of life.
I was on some websites that were talking about new things for quadriplegics and came across this frenetic nerve pacer.
Sandy asked Dale's doctor about getting one in hopes of getting her husband off his ventilator.
It's a pacemaker for the diaphragm. So essentially the same thing that they do in the heart, they do it for the diaphragm muscle. The diaphragm is the main muscle that helps us to breathe.
The procedure, which involves implanting electrodes and wiring that connects to the nerves, was only recently approved by the FDA. And Dr. Mendoza says no surgeons in the area had experience doing it. However, working with colleagues at Aurora Baycare Medical Center, he made it happen. On August 1st, Dale went in for surgery.
So his brain cannot communicate to the diaphragm, to that nerve. But if you could sort of capture and hijack that nerve yourself with another electrical stimulator, you could do what you need to do.
And that's what Dr. Roitstein successfully did. About a month after the surgery, Dale took his first breaths in 12 years without a ventilator.
It was a little bit scary.
Dale can now go up to 11 hours breathing on his own. He can smell and taste again, and along with Sandy, enjoy a more peaceful home.
The TV's not as loud. I noticed Dale interacting with the grandchildren more.
Dr. Roitstein says this story is a remarkable testament to Dale's family.
They researched it, they went out and they collected the information, and they pushed to some extent us to get into this work and provide it for him.
Jokey's doctors say it's likely he'll need to stay on a ventilator overnight indefinitely for safety reasons. However, Dale and his wife are hopeful he'll eventually be off it for good.